everyone, my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my channel. So Ultra League leaves us on Monday, but before then I think we've got time for one more shoutcast. This open Ultra League team is run by Trafalgar. He is an amazing battler and I can't wait to share these battles with you. So we've got XL Scrafty on the lead, it's level 42.5. We've got the OG open gangster, that is Giratina Legs in the second place slot. And in third, we have XL Clefable at level 41. Of course, these two XL Pokemon aren't fully leveled up because resources are hard to find, but they still kick some serious butt, even in their underleveled forms. So, a couple of things to say before we start. Firstly, I have launched a Discord server for the channel. I had a few requests to do so, and I thought it would be really fun to have a place where we can all chill and chat. So the invite link will be in the description and the pinned comment. Secondly, I've also launched a Patreon for the channel. This is to help me keep making videos and to help me increase and improve my setup. Of course, this is entirely optional. I will always be here making YouTube videos for everyone. But if you do decide to be a patron, some of the things I'll be offering will be team analysis, video analysis, battle sessions, remote raid invites, that kind of stuff. And if anyone does decide to become a patron, thank you so much, it'll mean the world. Okay, without any further ado, let's do the battles. Let's jump into the shoutcast. I'm sorry I haven't been showcasing my own teams quite so much this round through Ultra League. I've been building things, playing around, and I really haven't quite found a team that's just right yet, but next time Ultra League comes around, there'll be some really fun teams to look at. But we've been very entertained by these shoutcasts anyway. So, okay, picking up a negative lead here, Poliwraith is going to win all even shielding and some uneven against Scrafty because of Dynamic Punch, but Trafalgar has switched in his Giratina to catch that Dynamic Punch because of course Ghost is going to resist fighting. Sadly, they have safe swapped in the Alolan multicoloured muck. This guy of course is half dark typing, probably running Snarl and Dark Pulse, super effective against the ghostly Giratina. Not ideal. As you can see as well, its dark typing is resisting our own ghost type fast move. And in comes the Dark Pulse. Yeah, that's about half our health gone in one shot. Luckily, we can get to another Dragon Claw and fire this off. It's not going to do much, it's basically chip damage, but it at least makes the next Pokemon coming in, makes their job a little bit easier. Okay, so we snuck a move through, but as we're letting this Dark Pulse come in, it doesn't really matter, sadly. That makes sense though. The play here is not to shield because you can't win that matchup even with shields, so there's really no point investing any. Now this is a good play, going Power Up Punch here. This is going to hit the neutral, super effective against dark, resisted by poison, but it of course is going to boost that Scrafty's attack. So each time you throw one of these things, the counter damage is going to get higher, and that really starts to add up because counter hits hard anyway. So now they come in with a Cresselia, and this Scrafty has already had its attack buffed twice. And of course, this dark move is going to be super effective against the Psychic Cresselia. They shield, they really need to. Scrafty's got a high attack anyway, and it's debuffed. You saw Trafalgar tried to swap in Clefable there. I think he was trying to catch this Moonblast. Sadly, couldn't quite do it. So I think he's probably going to, going for another foul play. This will either hit for brilliant damage or take the opponent's final shield. Let's have a look. Okay, brilliant. That's taken out half of that crest, and there we go. This time we get the catch. Fairy doesn't resist itself, this will just be hitting for neutral, but XL Clef is pretty bulky. And as you can see, Charm and damage is going to be much higher than the Psycho Cut damage from that crest. Now we get that Poliwraith back. Of course, Charm is going to be hitting for super effective as that Poliwraith is half fighting. They're either going to be throwing Dynamic Punch or Ice Punch, and Traf chooses to shield here. So he shields that Ice Punch, makes sense, he wants to keep that Clefable alive because it's doing fantastic fast move damage. He throws his Psychic, which takes out the half fighting type Poliwraith. And that is the game. Opponent did have a shield left, but I think they knew even if they used it, the charm damage was going to take them out. Alright, Battle 2 versus Jonathan Carlo 5 with the Pika Pika hat. I really want these hat props, so when I'm saying, ooh, look at the hat, I can just like pull it from the side and put it on, but I can't. I can't find the hats in real life, sadly. Okay, so we're going in with another Poliwraith lead. What is happening here? And yet again, we are safe swapping in to Giratina. I think we've managed to catch that dynamic punch again. Let's have a look what opponent decides to do. Okay, this time we get a different safe swap. We get a scissor. Now, of course, steel typing is going to be a resisting charm, so we wouldn't want Clefable here, but Scrafty would have been really handy because fighting is super effective against steel. And sadly, that scissor has access to a dark move, which is going to be hitting for super effective against our ghostly leg boy. So we're throwing a shadow sneak back that's hitting for neutral damage because dragon type moves are resisted by steel, so you don't want to be throwing your dragon claw in this situation. Now, this is going to kill us if we don't shield, and Traff has decided not to. Night Slash comes in, takes us, oh, we've got one. We had a tiny bit of health left, but we couldn't quite get our move off, and of course, that scissor got the boost. Yeah, okay, this is the play here. Trafalgar's just going straight in for the power-up punch. He's not going to farm this thing down because it's got a boosted attack, so if it manages to throw a move, it's going to hit really hard. So Trafalgar says, nah, I want it out of the way. That said, we're immediately having to take a move and we're not shielding. Very ballsy. But it's only a Night Slash, which is of course resisted, so we're okay. Alright, who's going to come in next? Okay, we've got the Polywraith back. That makes sense because it has such a dominant matchup against Scrafty. Brilliant! We love to see it. We've caught the dynamic punch on the Clefable this time. Again, it's resisted because of course, Fairy resists fighting. Yeah, that makes sense. They have hard lefted on that mashup and said, no, we are not leaving our fighter in there to deal with that fairy, and in they come with Cress. Nothing Cress has can hit for super effective, whether it's Moonblast, Grass Knot, or I'm having a brain blank on the Psychic move because I never run it on Cress, but it's Psychic move it can have. So that first move we can happily unshield. Now, fantastic, we've managed to get to the Meteor Mash on the Clefable. If allowed to hit, this is going to hit for fantastic damage, so cross our fingers for no shield. And it goes in. I say fantastic damage, Cress is so bulky that only does about a quarter of its health, but it's still taking the Cress down further into the yellow. The Grass Knot is sadly going to take out our Clefable, and at this point it is all up to little Scrafty. If that poor boy can hold up his trousers long enough to pull out the win for us. So baiting with a power-up punch first, got to really pray this gets a shield. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, that isn't really what we want to see. Of course, it boosted our attack, but it would have been lovely to have pulled a shield there. We've got to shield. Moonblast will, of course, KO. There we go. Yeah, Scrafty is really weak to charm and fairy damage. It's going to take double super effective damage from them, so got to shield up and respect the Moonblast. A bit of weak connection, which we always love to see. Now we're going in with a straight foul play, and this one takes out the Cress. Fantastic. They have, of course, still got 2 shields left, so this is looking pretty rough. Scrafty is stuck in a matchup that he really doesn't want to be in. We're going to throw that initial power-up punch to pull the shield. Makes sense, we've got to boost our attack for all we're worth to have any chance at pulling this off. And we get yet more weak connection. Don't know what is going on with Season 7. Are you guys finding this too? The lag is off the walls. Okay, that makes sense as well. Opponent is going with the low energy move to pull our shield, and now it is just a race. They are probably going to be able to live this despite me being buffed up. And they shield it, of course. I don't know why I was talking like they couldn't shield. I was expecting them to let that through, but they shielded it, which makes perfect sense, and they managed to get to their dynamic punch before we could take them out with our counter. That was a really tight game though, and you can see the time was already up and that Polywraith was all the way in the red, so for a negative lead, that was a good game. Okay, game 3 versus Farid 2K7. Fun game. I quite often name the Pokemon wrong. I'm watching them battle and I'm like, yeah, Swampert, and it's like a Charizard or something. It makes me look like I know nothing about Pokemon. Like, I promise I do, but if you see me do that in this battle or anywhere in this video, please point it out. Okay, interesting lead here on the Talonflame. We're going to go in with a foul play with our Scrafty, of course, because power-up punch is resisted by the half-flying typing of Talonflame. Let's have a look. This doesn't get a shield and does about half of that Talonflame's health if you add up the fast move damage too. We're coming in with Giratina to hopefully catch a flame charge. Beautiful. Fire resisted by dragon, and if they stay in, this is great because with that HP lead, this is definitely a matchup that Giratina can take and win switch for Trafalgar. So he goes in with the Dragon Claw, which, interesting, the Talonflame takes that too. Plays upon plays. The opponent really, I don't think, minded if that Talonflame took a load of damage. He just wanted to get the Giratina a bit low on health and dry on energy so he could come in with his Giratina. Now, I think they're a little bit ahead of us. Yeah, they are. So they're slightly ahead on their energy. They got to their move, I think, one fast move before we got to ours. So got to watch out for that. In comes their Dragon Claw. Now, unfortunately, one more Dragon Claw is going to take us out. And this Dragon Claw plus our fast moves, I don't think, are going to take out the enemy Giratina before they get to their next Dragon Claw. But we've just got to cross our fingers. No, it was never going to happen, was it? So, shield or die, what's Traf going to do? I think he's going to take death. Yes, he does. He lets the Giratina go down and comes in with the Clefable for some fantastic farm. We love the farming opportunity. We like to grow some turnips and then pull them out. I don't know why I picked turnips. Who eats turnips? I could have gone with potatoes or something. Anyway, we are going in with the Clef on the Cresselia action. Love to see it. As I said before, this matchup isn't too bad for Clefable because none of Cresselia's moves really hit super hard. Future Sight! Okay, sorry, that is the name of the psychic move Cress has. It is Future Sight. It did do about half our health, so I'm out here saying doesn't hit that hard. I mean, it does, it's just not super effective. So we're going in with a Meteor Mash, hitting back and pulling a shield from the Cress. Obviously Charm is doing more damage than Psycho Cut, but they are definitely going to get to another move before we do. Cress isn't the fastest move, but the fastest Pokemon even, but Clefable's definitely slower. Yeah, okay, the Grass Knot comes through, and yet again we are left with poor Scrafty to try and sweep at the end for us. We do have 2 shields though, and I'm going to assume, yeah, we shield up this move, and we won't be throwing at that Talonflame, we'll just be farming it down. So by the time that thing is gone, we have now got both of our moves charged, and we're even shields with our opponents. So we're farming all the way up to 2 power-up punches, and we haven't thrown yet. Oh, he's no shielding this. Oh my gosh, it's Future Sight. The plays. So, is he? He's baiting power-up punch. The cojones on this man. We've really got to hope this pulls the shield now. Come on, opponents. We love to see it. Amazing. Boosts our attack, so now we can throw a boosted foul play, and this is going to KO or come very close, I would think. Surely this KOs from here. And it does. And 1 shield remaining. Beautiful. Okay, into the next game. Let's go. Kametiobi, I think that says. I'm sorry. With some really nice matching outfit action going on. Love the outfit. Okay. Video is lagging a little bit and we're in. Okay, absolutely beautiful lead. Seriously beautiful. Cannot get any better. And Giratina safe swap, which is amazing. So he's building up. And is he going to try and catch on the Clefable? I'm not sure if he quite tapped the Clefable there, or if he was happy to just let this go through and hit the Scrafty. I presume the Clefable is going to be coming in ASAP. Yep, there we go, because you want to save that Scrafty for the Steel Boy lead, but I think he was just building up a ton of energy, so we've got multiple power-up punches to throw when the Steel Boy comes back. Now, of course, we don't have to shield anything as the Clefable in this matchup. They're going to be throwing Shadow Sneaks for neutral as opposed to Dragon Claw for resisted damage, but they really don't hit that hard. So we can safely farm, and we don't quite get the last bit of that Giratina's health, but it doesn't matter. We'll take this move on the chin, no trouble, and farm down for the last bit of the health. Now here we go. The Melmetal is of course back. Not an ideal matchup for Clefable. Steel typing is going to resist Fairy, and it's going to resist Psychic, so not ideal, not really what we want to be seeing. As you can see, our Charms, for such a hard-hitting move, doesn't really do much thanks to the resistance of the Melmetal. Now yeah, we're going to let this Clefable go down, because as I said, it really has no play in this matchup, so you definitely don't want to be shielding it to keep it alive. We also have all that energy built up on Scrafty, so we can bring him back in Oh, interesting play. I was expecting the Scrafty to come back in, clearly, because I was talking about it. But no, we've gone in with Giratina. Okay. Throw me for a loop. But I mean, Giratina can definitely win this matchup, so it's not a bad call. It's just not the one I was expecting. So is he going to go for the aggressive farm down here? That's the question. Like, it can be done, I believe. You can tank enough of those rock slides to farm that thing down. Okay, there goes another rock slide. Okay, he switched in the Scrafty to throw a power-up punch, and I think the opponent switched out at the exact same time, so that's going to be caught on a Swampert. But that's okay. The Scrafty Swampert matchup is pretty good for Scrafty, purely because counters are going to be hitting for much harder damage than Mudshot, and once you start building up the power-up punches, the counter damage just gets disgusting. And even better, we managed to get a shield for power-up punch, the pure disrespect. We're of course going to be shielding this because Hydro Cannon will KO from this range. Okay, damage deflected, and this time we're going in with a foul play. Now, the opponent's got a choice here. Do they burn that last shield, or do they pray it's a power-up punch? They prayed, and they were not rewarded. So, and yeah, after calling that wrong, they forfeited, which makes sense because I don't think after calling that wrong, there is a win con there for them. Okay, into our fifth and final battle with I Am Kaiser. Kisa? I'm sorry. I have a debate with myself every time I film. Should I actually say these names? I feel like I shouldn't because I'm crap at it, but it's also disrespectful not to, so I'm sorry. Okay, Scrafty on Cresselia. This is an interesting matchup because obviously we have access to foul play, but the Moonblast damage from that crest is going to hit us so much harder than foul play will hit the crest. So Trafalgar decides to swap in the Clefable to catch that Moonblast. Okay, opponent comes in with a Lat Press, which is a decent counter to Clefable because it's so much faster to reach its charge moves than Clefable is, so it's going to easily outpace. Yep, and it goes in for a Surf, which does over half of our remaining health. Now, if we can just get to that Meteor Mash, oh, come on, please. Please. Yes, we got to the Meteor Mash. Beautiful. Of course, this is going to hit for super effective because Lapras is half Ice type. Let's have a look if they let this one through. And they do. Didn't hit for... Of course it didn't because water resists. Spoon moment. I promise I'm not terrible at Pokemon Go. I'm doing a very good impression of someone who is, but I promise I'm not. Okay, power-up punch goes in. That one is super effective because super effective against ice and not resisted by water. We're going to take whatever this Lapras throws at us, cross our fingers for a Surf, and it is beautiful. Doesn't do very much damage to us. And now we can, yes, he's going to go for the farm down, and he's not going to shield this one either. It's very unlikely to be anything other than a Surf. Yep, it's a Surf. Okay, so we can safely farm down the Lapras in the knowledge it will not be getting to a third Surf. Okay, the Cresselia comes straight back in. Let's have a look if we're going to bait or throw. I believe we are throwing, ladies and gentlemen. We are throwing. So we've got to hope now this doesn't get shielded. Oh, brilliant, it doesn't. Okay, that brings the crest down into the red. We can't quite get to another foul play in time, but we decide to invest a shield. Makes sense. We've got some energy built on this Scrafty, and I think we've got a bit of a boost as well from the power-up punch. I think we threw a power-up punch earlier. We may have swapped out since then. It's early in the morning, hence the go-go juice. Okay, throwing another foul play. This one does pull the shield this time, and now we aggressively swap into the Giratina. Now, of course, Moonblast is going to hit hard. It's going to take about half of our health, but we're going to let it through because we can afford to take that hit. Yeah, there we go. So it's not quite half, but with a couple of future sights? The couple of Psycho Cuts, sorry, it begins to get there. Now, they've got a shiny Swampert in the back. This is pretty good because both of Trafalgar's remaining Pokemon have good matchups against Swampert. Okay, we go in with the Dragon Claw, and we've immediately at another Dragon Claw. Now, here's the game. Is this Earthquake? If Trafalgar's called this as Hydro Cannon right, this is beautiful. And it is. Dragon resists water. Bosh, very little damage is done. So we're going to throw our second Dragon Claw, which is going to take that Swampert pretty close to half health. Yep, we are now less than half health on that Swampert, and I think... Oh, we CMP tied, I think. I was really hoping we could beat the Swampert, but Swampert is quite spammy, so it's difficult to do. It's obviously just a Hydro, because there's no way they can get to an Earthquake that quickly, and we live it with 1 HP and a Dream, and manage to throw this Dragon Claw. See if this pulls the final shield. No, it does not. Okay, so then we bring in Scrafty for the farm. Really nice play there. Now we've nearly got a foul play already. Okay, now we're at the foul play. And the Cresselia's coming in. We've got to shield this whatever it is. Any move will KO from this range. Okay, and it's the Moonblast. Interesting. Okay, so is he going to go straight foul play? Yes, he is. I think this is the right play here, because if they don't shield this and you've thrown your energy on the power-up punch, you could be in a bit of a pickle. Okay, they do shield this, but that's fine. We can definitely beat them to 2 foul plays. In a situation like that, where you can definitely get to 2 of your big damage moves before they can get to your next move, just don't bait, because if it goes wrong, you're in a right mess. Okay, and there we go, a 4-1 set for Trafalgar. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. A few of Trafalgar's plays there really caught me off guard, so there were some fantastic battles to commentate over. If you did enjoy the video, please do give it a like, as it really helps the channel. Comment down below what you thought of the team and what you think of the end of Ultra League. We're getting Master and Great League back soon, I believe, so what are your plans? Which are you going to enter and which are you going to run? If you'd like to see a minimum of 2 PvP videos per week, every week, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll get notified and won't miss anything. Thank you again for watching everyone, and I think that's everything. Oh yeah, Fight Club!